Riley. How are we all doing today? You right, Ben? Are you hungry? You hungry? Yeah, you're saying hello to everyone. You're saying, what are you after? Hang on, guys, he wants something. I'll be back in just 2 seconds. Go on then, Ben, sweetheart, what are you after? What are you after? What do you want? What do you want? This is your cupboard. No, this is your cupboard because it's got your name on it. You got yourself a biscuit. Gotta forget them. What do you want? Do you want a drink as well? Yeah? Mummy, fill it up for you. Give it to Mummy, Mummy, fill it up. Bless him. Yes, sorry about that, guys. Ben wanted something. Yeah, so hope everyone has a really great Easter. And also hope if you have some eggs, don't have too many. This year we've cut right back on eggs for the kids. Normally we buy them each big egg, but this year just gone for the standard size. Again, this year sort isn't exactly the same. I know the rule of 6 is still in place, which is good because last year it wasn't. So, but this year obviously we normally have Easter egg hunts and things like that, but this year we decided not to bother because we did ask Sam about it all and he said nah, I don't want to. So obviously he's getting to that stage now where things he used to want to do around Easter time were just too babish for him now. But also we used to go to Cabby around Easter time, but then obviously that's with what's going on, that's stopped as well. So again, we think we'll just have a nice relaxing weekend. I don't know if we're going to go out for a drive or go for a walk. All depends what the weather's like. Speaking of walk, we'll just come back in with the carers. Obviously they're gone now. They wanted to know where the park was because next week they've got a 3-hour one, I think it is. Obviously they need to make some time up because obviously while we've cancelled a few, they've cancelled a couple as well. So again, they've got 3 hours to make up. So they said about taking Ben to the park. So they wanted to know where it was, and it was, being honest with you, it's nice to get out for a walk. And even Ben absolutely loved his walk, didn't you, sweetheart? The only problem is he's come home absolutely hungry. To tell you the truth, he even woke up hungry on Thursdays as well, so that's a good sign. You know, when Ben wants food, he started to feel better. So he sat on the sofa watching CBeebies pantomime, I think it is. Obviously Sammy's upstairs playing on this Switch. So yeah, so Ben absolutely loved your walk, didn't you, sweetheart? You loved going on walking around in the park. So now we're going to try to take you going there next week, aren't we? With your 2 carers, because obviously they're here for longer next week. I might take them up to the bigger park for the nearest, because that park's got loads bigger. And also there's loads of small things up there that Ben absolutely likes. Isn't it, darling? Yeah, what's you're getting hungry. So I'll do your lunch in a minute. Ben, we'll do you some pancakes and some eggs. Because you liked that last time, didn't you? You right, sweetheart?
Yeah.
I'm going to do Ben some pancakes and some scrambled eggs for his lunch. What do you fancy?
So I fancy some.
What do you want?
So I have some fish fingers for my lunch.
No, having fish fingers for tea?
No, I have fish fingers.
No, having fish fingers for tea because it's Fishy Fridays. It's Good Fridays. We always have fish. Or do it surprise you?
I know I'm fish fingers at lunchtime.
Okay, what do you want for tea tonight then?
I was surprised for tea.
Okay, I'll give you a surprise. Okay, so Ben's actually found his trampoline again. It's nice. What?
No.
I just imagine that, it'd be like jumping over the top, but it's nice.
That one might be broke.
What do you mean? It'll probably break. You can go there with him if you want to, sweetheart. No, you don't want to.
Ow.
It's nice to know he's actually loving his trampoline again. Is that nice to have his smile has got there on his face? So you promised him, didn't you, put his bubbles on for him? It's quite. Thing is, it's quite chilly out here as well. Hopefully they'll work because I actually left them outside yesterday. Go. Why are you trying to do those bubbles?
To get them to bubble.
Are you? Bubble, bubble, toilet trouble. Bubble. There you go, Ben. There you go, Ben. There's your bubbles. All right. Is that? Wee.
Was that the strength coming back in his leg?
I think it's the strength coming back in his legs, because obviously it's good though. Really good for him. So you don't fancy getting on there with him?
Well, why did you do like you did on that video when you were little playing with the bubbles?
I remember you used to love it, didn't you? It's quite cute actually, really lovely. Ow. Yes, Ben, you've got your wish in your bubbles.
Ow. You can sit on your slide stick.
Go on, I bet you can.
Ow.
So yes, we're just having a lazy afternoon. We can't go out because someone's coming sometime this afternoon. But the wet room upstairs, obviously we've agreed to it for that up there, which is great because then we're not going to lose all of our storage space in the garage. I did say about having to move the boiler, like the airing cupboard in the bathroom somewhere else, so they need to consult that out. But then also it's going to be definitely a lot easier as well, because obviously when Ben wakes up in the morning, just put him straight into the wet room and go from there, to be honest with you. So again, obviously, hopefully, fingers crossed, there's still might be the option there to have the bath thing, because I know Sammy prefers a bath to a shower. But then my mum's always said if we do have to have Lisa bath, you can always go down there, have a bath once a week or something like that. So obviously somewhere in the future possibly there might be the option to, when we do the extension, put like another wet room down for the bathroom down here for him, something like that. So obviously that's the next 4 or 5 years. So because obviously we have decided to stay here now, because obviously we can get the wet room downstairs, which we wanted in the first, well, not actually wanted in the first place. We would have preferred it downstairs, but obviously they want to take half the garage away, which isn't no good for us. So obviously, like I said, we weighed up the pros and cons, and
Daddy has to take the thing out.
well, no, sweetheart, they're not doing the garage no more, they're doing it upstairs. Obviously, we've weighed up the pros and cons and things like that. Again, the area we are is nice, and basically it'd be a lot cheaper to put an extension on rather than the move with stamp duty, legal costs and things like that. So yeah, so that's definitely probably next 5 years as Sam gets on. Don't you see Tabba and the bigger bedroom?
Yeah.
Well then guys, it's now 1:05 in the afternoon. I've been home from work now for about an hour and a half, and Cheryl, Ben and Sammy have been out with the carers this morning to the park and back, and yeah, they said Ben done quite well. They even said Ben's getting the power back in his legs.
Yeah, he said it's not been nasty. It's not, do have to admit, not been nasty. Before he's been walking like this, like a penguin, but he seems to be walking still like this, but one foot seems to be walking better than the other. If that makes sense. Yeah. So it's nice to know actually he's starting to enjoy walking again. Really, really good.
The trouble with Ben, he's had to have quite a lot of Sudocrem on the last few days because he's been really red raw. And for him, you know, it's so difficult for him because to know when he's got to go to the toilet and all that. You know, it's so hard when you've got a child that is basically, you know, what's the word to say that he can't physically know when he's going to the toilet.
Yeah, basically he's like a baby in a teenager's body, basically. That's what he is.
Yeah.
That's basically
just horrible. You know, I never thought when he was younger I would still be doing this now.
Well, some of changing nappies. Never ever thought when he was born, never ever thought he's 15 and still being nappies, you know?
Yeah, I know. But autism's autism, isn't it? He's on the strict end of autism, isn't he?
He is on the highest end, yeah.
Yeah, and been through so much with him. Anyway, yeah, Cheryl's about to
Do the hoovering.
go about as far as she can, so here we go. Speed up Cheryl hoovering. Let's go and see what Sammy's up to. Sammy's actually outside, would you believe? Ain't you, Sammy? Where are you?
Getting on the trampoline. I'm just getting on the trampoline.
Yeah, there's Sammy there. Look. He's actually going on the say it properly. What's it called?
Trampoline.
Trampoline. Trampoline.
Ow. Ow.
I'm filming you for the vlog, Sammy. Come on, you gonna do some jumping? Come on. I'll see you do some jumping. Go on, ready?
Nice, you can see the curves on there now. Daddy. Oh, is that Ben's bedroom up there?
Yeah. Come on, Sammy, see how high you can jump. Ready? Come on. Jump as high as you can. Yay, good boy. Go on, Sammy, jump. How many jumps can you do, Sammy?
Only 5.
5.
I'm done now.
You're done now?
Yeah.
What's the matter? You worn out?
Yeah.
Yeah, so Sammy's just done the trampoline. He's gave me a warning because he's got the super soakers out. I said to him, not today because it's a bit too chilly. Hey, Shovel. He's got the old super soakers out.
Yeah, no. Not warm enough for that yet.
No. Yeah, and by looking at the grass, it's going to need a cut very soon. Yeah, especially under the trampoline there, it's getting really long. I'd love to know why when it seems to grow longer under a trampoline than it does the rest of the garden. It's like, I don't know what causes that. It's like it acts like a filter when it rains through it. Oh, I haven't got a clue. Anyway, these, Cheryl, you know these trees are starting to bud. Yeah, the old trees are starting to bud as well. So they'll soon give a bit of privacy in the garden again, won't they, Cheryl?
Those trees.
Yeah.
Yeah, big time.
Yeah, as you can see, she's what are you doing? Cleaning up?
Do the dishwasher now, yeah. Like I said, we can't do anything at the minute because we're waiting for the guys to come out from the builder to come out and do the wet room upstairs.
Still not really much we can do, really, is there, guys? They've already been for a walk today, so I don't think I want to drag Ben out yet again because it would probably make him a lot worse, wouldn't it?
Yeah, you wouldn't want that.
No.
It's going to be nice to see
I
how
can't wait till the 12th of April, and that's my date, set in stone. That week is going to be Castle Farm haircuts.
Yeah, yeah. So it's going to be quite interesting to see how Ben gets on actually on a full day out, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I can't wait to go, but
My God.
it looks like we're going to have restrictions for this coming season again.
Looks like it, doesn't
But
it?
hopefully next year we should all be back into our own little worlds again. But
Fingers crossed.
the way things are over in Europe and the rest of the world at the minute, it's not looking great. And everything's rising.
So yes,
isn't
we're
it?
just finishing off dinner. We've had a nice mushroom stir fry with Stephen cooked, which was really, really nice, wasn't it?
I love stuff.
It was different. As you can see, Sammy's just finishing his off now, and he's actually picking out the onions. Do you like onions?
No.
No.
Maybe now instead of having pasta all the time, we can have stir fry.
Might as well, a bit more, yeah. As you can see, he's out on his trampoline again. He finished his tea, didn't he? Went straight out here. So obviously going to keep an eye on him out here. It's amazing how high he's actually jumping
I'm
again.
just amazed how much he's put away tonight.
I am actually. He's been so hungry today.
He's just had a big plate, hasn't he?
What's that?
Big plate.
Just had a big massive plateful. Yeah, he's had one of these big massive platefuls here. So maybe he is hungry because I've noticed because he's actually moving around more again now. You know what I mean? So
And then you get to that point, you think to yourself, oh, is he having too much?
I know.
You never win.
You know. There you go. A nice good old bounce on here. Like I said, it's been one of those days, we'll take out days, afternoons actually, because obviously we went out this morning with the carers. One of those afternoons where he's been running in and out of his trampoline. He's been like a little toddler, you know, when they keep running in and out stuff he has with this. But again, like I say, it's lovely to see her out on here. But not something out here too long, Daytime. It's starting to get really chilly out here because obviously I just put my coat on. But again, at the moment with what's happened the last couple of weeks, it's not like leaving him unsupervised for too long, to be honest with you. Hey, off you get then, darling.
Well then guys, that brings Friday to a close, and Good Friday as well, isn't it, Cheryl?
It is, isn't it, Good Friday?
Yeah, and yeah, it's been a day of in and out. Ben's shaking it all about, shall we say.
The thing is, it's actually good to see him go out there on his trampoline, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's really good. I know, like I said, we were out there with him because obviously like that, I just don't want to leave him by himself from there anymore, do you, at the minute?
No.
Although that, the winds actually, when we had all those the winds, it actually ripped the net from underneath, hasn't it?
Yeah, I need to get something to tie it back down with.
Because it's come from Atlantic trampolines, and don't get me wrong, trampolines good, but I always would prefer plum trampolines, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
But listen, he's enjoying it. As long as he's enjoying it, that's the main thing. If you saw, you can sang one out on there earlier as well, didn't we? So,
Been a bit of everything today, guys, yeah. And you went out for your walk again this morning, didn't you?
went for a walk that Ben really loved, yeah.
Yeah, and yeah, hopefully tonight you'll go to sleep on time, as always. He ain't been too bad the last few nights.
He hasn't
So the
actually.
odd little hiccup here and there, but otherwise he's been alright.
He has been absolutely. Thing is, again, he's been. I can't believe how hungry he's actually been today. He's been hungry, thirsty, and very, very vocal, hasn't he? So,
He has ate so much this afternoon. It's unreal. He's just had a big, massive plate of stir fry, so he's getting his veg in there as well, chicken and everything else. He wanted more cheese on top as well. He certainly made that known by the way he grabbed the bag.
yeah, doesn't he? So fine. But then again, I suppose he's been in and out of his trampoline all the time. He's now getting more. What's I say, more exercise, so to speak, you know what I mean? So it's more mobile, so again, I suppose he will
Yeah.
all off, so...
I think tomorrow afternoon, I think we might all go for a drive in the car, just take the car out, see how,
Yeah, so it gets on in the car.
hopefully, just go for a drive, you know, basically, that's about it really, isn't it, at the moment. But anyway guys, yeah, thanks for joining us today, as always, like, comment, subscribe, and let's try and see if we can push us. Are we getting close to 6k yet or nowhere near?
I'll say 5.5.
5.5k, yeah. Anyway guys, yeah, thanks for joining us today and we'll see you tomorrow.
Bye guys.
Bye.